Hi, welcome to my eclectic channel. My name is Agnès and I make videos for fun. We've been working on turning an old pair of jeans into a denim skirt.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon.
Last time I trimmed the bottom of the skirt to the length I wanted, or almost. I did my fitting, and you know what? I'll need every inch. I think the lesson here is to not use stretchy bottoms as a template. I should have gone with one of my pencil skirts after all. Alright, so luckily this is not my first project. I always do the hems last and on skirts, and I always leave plenty of fabric and I always end up needing all of it. So there you go. Until I figure out a way to be more accurate, I will have to continue to just leave plenty of fabric on the bottom. Ooh. Another thing is, with the type of hem that I'm using, it actually the hemming process adds length. So I'm going to get another 2 centimeter, which I can also use because I'm going to use this hem here and it'll be tagged on the bottom of it in such a way that it's going to add this full hem. The next step is to take the bottom of the pant legs with the bottom that we want to reuse and cut off all of that excess. So here we want to go and keep a seam allowance, and I'm not following it, but I really should measure it. I'm keeping a little more than 1 centimeter, like from the bottom of my ruler to here, so almost 1.5 centimeters. So far I've been going off of tutorials for shortening jean pant legs, but at this stage I'm gonna have to go at it solo because normally you would match it's in the round, like you have one leg and then the corresponding bottom, and then you put them back together, and then they have detailed instructions on how to do the stitching. So I'll get to that. But I don't have pant legs. I have 2 strips and a skirt. So first I need to get these 2 strips to come together in one continuous line that will match the continuous line that I have at the bottom of the skirt. So let's experiment. Alright, so this one goes here. It's a puzzle. This one goes here, and then it will turn around. So I think what I need to do is to pin these 2 and then see how they meet, because they're going to meet in the back of the skirt. And what I feared would happen is happening. These are fairly straight leg jeans, but they taper, and I've removed a lot of length. That's one thing I was wondering when I was watching those tutorials on shortening jeans using that method. It only works if you're shortening just a tad bit. So in my case, it's still going to work out because because of how I stitched my skirt, I took out a lot in the width, so my strips are long enough. The side seam is not lining up at all. The band side seam is here, the skirt side seam is here. I'm thinking of a way to remedy that. There isn't. So here we are in the back. We've got the center seam. You can barely see it because it is so well done. And then we have those 2 bands, and like I said, I got plenty of length. So I'm going to go ahead and mark on each band where the center seam hits. I found that putting water on the denim allows the chalk to mark a lot better. So now what I'm going to do with those two strips, first of all I need to transfer the chalk marking on the other side. And I'm going to place those two right sides together. And all I need to do now is to stitch right where I marked with the chalk. For this step I've threaded my machine, the top spool with navy. I finished the seam by trimming off the excess and doing an overlocking stitching, and then I press this. So now I have a single band. And it's almost ready to be reattached at the bottom of the skirt. The next step though is one more finishing step, both on the band and on the bottom of the skirt, and that is to overlock the raw edges. For this next step, it's good to choose a thread that matches the outside of the jeans best you can. So we're going to attach the band to the bottom of the skirt in almost a normal way. So we begin by pinning them together with the right side spacing, lining up any seam that does line up. As I've mentioned before, this seam does not line up. So I'm beginning at the back because the back seam definitely should line up. That's how I calculated everything. And then another part that needs to line up well is the front, even more important. So I'm going to start by pinning there, or continue. Okay, and then just pin the rest of it to match. Same on the other side. Start with the front. We are ready to stitch the bottom in place, and we'll do that next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more.